Well, hello everyone and welcome back. Hopefully this video finds you well. Today we're going to take a look at a civilian ration here. Now this is one of the Sopakco, Sopakco Sure-Pak meals. This is kind of like the civilian variant to the US military MRE. You're basically going to see the same components, but maybe a slightly stripped down meal, not quite TOTM level or the training meals, but you will see a little less. Now, these were picked up a while ago by my mom at I don't remember if it was a flea market or whatever, but they are technically expired, at least by the date. I think these were packaged in 2012, if I remember the case correctly. And I know, because people comment all the time, that, oh, it'll last longer. That doesn't mean it's expired. Well, that is technically true. Just because you've hit that expiration date, or best by date as people like to say, it doesn't mean that it's expired. However, it's a good indication. That's kind of what the government will say. So when these are packaged, at least from a military perspective, after 3 years, you get the inspection date. So if this was packaged in 2012, the inspection date would be 2015. And then in 5 years, that is the best buy date. So again, 2012, 5 years, 5, 6, 7, right? Because we're just adding up. So 2017. 2017 would have technically been this package's expiration date. Now we are in 2022 right now, getting towards the tail end of 2022, so we're definitely past that best by date. Now, why am I saying all this? Because it's not advisable to eat food that is technically expired. So make sure you're checking your pouches. If you notice bloating, off smells, discoloration, or mold, don't eat it. Okay, I don't care what anybody says, don't eat it, it's not good for you. And these aren't really good for you anyway. So let's go through this and check it out a little bit. We have our flameless ration heater. We have a pack of regular crackers, and again, we have a date of 22/08, so the 208th day of 2012. I wish we would get back, or we would get to, excuse me, because we never were in it, but I wish we would get to 5-digit date codes. Makes things a lot easier because 22/08, is that 2012 or is that 2022? Generally packages change, here and there to denote a little bit, but anyway, it'd be nice to have 5-date like the Canadians and most other countries do. We have a package of peanut butter. We have kind of a regular spoon, not our normal MRE spoon, but pretty sturdy. We have an oatmeal cookie, honestly one of my favorites. I love just a standard good old MRE oatmeal cookie. Sterling did good by that. We have orange flavored, no juice added, but we have orange flavored beverage base powder. Oh, interesting. We have cheese spread. That's kind of cool. So we have peanut butter and cheese spread. Sometimes you wonder. Now cheese spread does discolor over time. It will start to brown a little bit. Again, that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, but just trust your nose, trust your mouth if you let it go that far. Trust yourself. The packaging all looks good, so we shouldn't have any microbials in there, but that's what bloating can indicate. Finally, we have our main of spaghetti with meat and sauce. Interestingly enough, still the most watched video on my channel is a US MRE spaghetti with meat and sauce. Fun stuff there. And I do like the older style packaging with the boxes as opposed to the sleeves. I just think they insulate better when you go to actually reheat it. All right, so let's go ahead and get our heater working. Now, older heaters do tend to lose a lot of their energy over time, and unfortunately what you'll find is that some of the older heaters don't work all that well. Now the good thing is we don't really see much, if anything, in the way of iron filings in the bottom of the bag, so that means this was probably stored relatively well. All right, so we're going to put that down in there, and just for the sake of trying to really make this thing go, I like to do just a little salt water solution, slightly warm salt water. It tends to help it out a little bit. I learned that trick a long time ago, and we are trying to get enough water in between the fill line. I over added per the usual, but that shouldn't be a real problem. But the salt water does seem to help engage the heaters a little bit better. And we're just kind of massaging the water, gently, a gentle massage into those heating elements. I do have a little puffing of the bag, but I'm not really feeling much in the way of heat. But it will take a little bit of time sometimes for these to engage. I am starting to feel a little bit of bubbling at this point. Yes. So I'm starting to feel a little bit of heat from the bottom element for sure. The top couple elements, okay, so we're getting some engagement from the middle elements. That seems to be pretty good. Oh, the bottom element's hot. So let's go ahead and stuff this in the bag before we get some lift off. Now you can just go ahead and put this up against a rock or something, or a cup or something. You could also shove it back into the bag. Do your job, cheese spread. Stop that from falling down. There we go. You could also throw it in the bag to provide a little bit more insulation, but I'm gonna go ahead and let this sit, whatever, and come back and see how that heater did. All right, we're back. So first things first, heater did peter out quite a bit. Didn't really get hot at all, which is something that does happen. It's not a huge deal, but it will happen from time to time, especially with older heaters. So we won't be dealing with a super warm bit of spaghetti. And yeah, you could tell it's still relatively cold to lukewarm, maybe a little bit better than room temp. Oh, okay. Let me get a towel. To help me out. It's all wet. I can't possibly. Okay, here we go. So there's our spaghetti. It's such a funny, almost kid-like meal. Next up, our oatmeal cookie. Let's open this big guy up. These are normally it's got a lot of tomato scent coming off of that. Look at that. That cookie is in pristine shape. Pristine. Smells good too. God, that's a pristine cookie. Normally those darn things are just dead. All right, let's open this up. Our crackers here. See if I can get the hiss on my little lapel mic. Almost there. No. Oh, I talked and it did it. No. Right as I was getting ready to say, no, it's not gonna do it. It did it. It was a delayed reaction. Crap. Okay, whatever. There's some crackers. Let's see. Let's make up our beverage-based powder, I suppose. Again, we've got our orange. Not my favorite flavor, but it is certainly a flavor. And these do become a little difficult to mix. I would say the carbohydrate electrolyte powders mix way better. And the little sticks that you might get in the accessory pack B, the lemonade and the raspberry, was it raspberry lemonade or just raspberry drink or whatever? But I do find you put the powder in there, a little bit of water, kind of slosh it around a little bit before you dump in all of your water. And sometimes a little stir helps too, but just to break up the larger chunks. It's not something that reconstitutes well. Either way you look at it. And I do tend to add a little bit more water than what they recommend, but it's my channel, I'll do what I want. Okay, so let's get the cheese spread. We'll put some cheese spread on a cracker, and then I think what we'll do is we'll put some peanut butter on the cookie. That's personally my favorite thing to do. is put the peanut butter spread on an oatmeal cookie. Okay. Cheese smells okay. Let's go ahead and get it out there. And good color. A little discolored from what you would normally see, but not bad at all. Actually pretty nice. Again, whoever, my mother bought these from, stored them very, very well. And the storage of this stuff does matter. Let's go ahead and squirt a little bit of peanut butter on our cookie. Yeah. There we go. That's more than enough. I like to have fun. Okay. Let's just go ahead and get right in here. Let's get into the spaghetti. It's the main event. It's the heavyweight champion of the world. Spaghetti with beef and sauce. Little cut up sketties. Mush. It's just mush. The spaghetti noodles are just mush in your mouth. There's a little bit of tomato flavor, not much, from the sauce. The beef is, kind of your standard, just regular beef. It's not unique at all. We'll throw some hot sauce in it just to be fair, because I do think hot sauce adds a lot to meals, but it's mush. So yeah, that does make it a little better. But yeah, it's just lukewarm mush. Not my thing. Let's try a cracker with cheese. And yeah, that survives just as I start batting stuff all over the place. My emphatic hand gestures caught my little water bottle. Anyway, the cheese is good. It's nice and sharp. It's processed cheese. It is what it is. The cracker has survived well as well. Very standard cracker. Looks like a Ritz. Nothing like a Ritz. But yeah, it's good. It's good overall. Can't complain there. Let's go ahead and get into our cookie with our peanut butter on it. Easily the best part of the meal right there. Easy. That cookie not only looks in pristine shape, it is in pristine shape. No packaged taste. Good oatmeal flavor. Not overly sweet. That little bit of peanut butter on top, it makes a big difference. It's fantastic, and that's one you should try. Let's go ahead and drink our drink to wrap us up there. And yeah, pretty standard orange, somewhat bitey, more on the tang sort of flavor. Not bad at all, not great, but it'll suffice. It's definitely wet. I guess we can, get a little crazy here. Let's combine some stuff. Combinations. Carbs on processed cheese. And if you just wanted to pack calories, leave your spaghetti in the pouch, mix it up with the cheese, throw cracker crumbles in there, and that's basically the hiker's equivalent to like a ramen bomb. Effectively. You're going to get all the calories in one kind of easy to eat pouch, but regardless, the best part is the cookie. 100%. The spaghetti is mushy and kind of gross. The crackers are, decent, and the cheese held up well. Drink's fine too, but as you can see, a little bit less than you would normally see in a US MRE. But, overall, it still has a good kind of overall feel to it. So that's it. That's all I got for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed, and if you've had this particular ration or components, let me know in the comments down below what you thought of it. And yeah, leave me any comments if you have something you want to see reviewed on the channel. If you'd like to see something reviewed on the channel and want to send it in, the P.O. box is in the description. along with the Patreon link. You don't have to support me on Patreon, but if you want to, it's there. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.